Hello, hello, hello. We are back with another Tainted Tea episode for you. This is the Mad Chatter Show. This is your, you know me as DJ Maya, but today we're sitting down with some good stuff. So we're gonna just stick with Maya today. And I got Mr. Rogers, Mr.
Yeah,
Rogers with us.
yeah.
Say hello, and would you like to introduce our new guest? Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Well, first, for everybody that's watching, not to be confused with that, Mr. Rogers, I'm not even wearing shoes. So we'll just start with that. Okay. So the guest tonight is an absolutely wonderful person that I actually met through the typical skeptic and his Discord page. Her name is Jessica, and she also goes by the screen name Shiba Winu. She's from here in British Columbia, Canada, and I've seen a lot of her stuff on her Facebook and the stuff she's shared in Discord, and some of the really amazing paranormal things that's happened to her along the way through her life and to her family. And she's here tonight to share that with us.
Wonderful. Welcome, Jess. Say hello.
First podcast ever, so don't mind my nervousness.
Really, first podcast. Well, I'm honored. I'm honored. This is like, our new podcast that we're doing. So it's for like Monday mornings, early morning. So for the listeners that are tuning in, they're going to just be delighted to hear your story. So Dawn, did you want to kind of like lead? I know you've been chatting with her, a little bit about her story. I know we've been talking off camera, but would you like to do the honors and take it away and help her, begin her story?
Like what we were talking about earlier was basically, when did you start to get and what got you interested in the paranormal, and then kind of what led you into watching Typical Skeptic, because that's where we all met, and then we can kind of transition into your own paranormal experiences from there.
Okay. So I guess I always believed in ghosts when I was a kid, and so I was always drawn to that, and so I've watched tons of those shows: ghosts, cryptids, extraterrestrials, stuff in the ground, anything that was ever mentioned in Ancient Aliens I'm pretty much familiar with, plus probably stuff that's not in there. I only found his podcast like last year, maybe the year before that. I've watched hundreds of episodes. I haven't really had any paranormal stuff happen to me until I started meditating after Rob's podcast. So hopefully I can find some good out of it. A lot of stuff is unnerving, I suppose is the right word.
Wow. So you saw his podcast and then like a lot of stuff started resonating with you?
Yeah, it answered a lot of questions that I had, and it raised a lot of more questions, which snowball of like information gathering. And I started watching as well Stargate shows, and they have everything that's come up in the podcast. So I feel like I have more of what's the word?
More knowledge of like the lingo, what they're talking about, or familiarity,
Talk about
that.
about stuff, and then it'll come up in the show, and I'll be like, oh wow, those guys really are talking about something that's like actually legit. Then weird stuff happens to me. I don't want to be a part of it, and then I'll be intrigued again, and it's just like a cycle.
Stargate, are you talking about the TV show, like like Star Trek, the old Stargate from the 90s?
Stargate SG-1, and I'm on to Stargate Atlantis right now.
I might have to start watching that. I've touched around it. I'm a Star Trekkie, so and plus back in the day I kind of dated a guy that was on that show, so I was like, I'm not watching.
Wait, who?
But I don't even know. He had like a dreadlocks, alien looking guy. I don't even know. I don't even know. I was like, I tried to erase him from my mind, but I was like, I will not watch it. But if you say it's good, I'll forget about it and I'll watch it. I'll pretend like I have no idea who he is, and if I see him, I won't even know. Have you seen it yet, Dawn? Stargate? You ever watch that stuff?
I watched it at the very beginning, but I totally get what she's talking about with you just the amount of like disclosure and hidden in plain sight truth they have in television since the 90s is just astonishing. I know there's some people that don't like it, but the cartoon Rick and Morty, if you take away the silly shit that's in that cartoon and actually pay attention to what they're saying, they're telling the truth, right? And it's like, oh my god, like, and everybody's like, oh, what a stupid stoner cartoon, and it's like, watch it and pay attention. But no, I get what you mean about the stuff with hidden in plain sight, and I imagine with a name like Stargate and with the things I've figured out, it would probably have a few tidbits in it.
Yeah, I learned races that I've actually heard about now in Disclosure, which are the Wraith and the Ori. Those guys are in the show. The Wraith, they suck out your life force with their hand. They have these things in here. They can give it back, but they eat off of that. And the Ori are basically, they think they're gods, and so they want everybody else to worship them as gods, but they're actually evil. Well, not evil, but they're not, they promise ascension, but they never give ascension because they want them to follow them the entire time. And those are real, like, names I've heard of races that have been exposed out here, like in real life. So when I hear that stuff, I was like, no, the Wraith are real. They're scary.
I've never heard of them. I'd like to research this stuff.
Yeah.
What?
Like I said, there's tons of stuff in there. Everything's in there.
Yeah.
I used to like Star Trek, love Star Trek. I think I've seen every like episode, every single like season of all the different ones. I love them all. But it wasn't until I saw Doctor Who when I was like so moved inside. I was like, I want to be Doctor Who. And then when I would have these crazy dreams and I found out that I travel in my sleep and I travel around the universe and I help people in my sleep, I was like, I'm Doctor Who. I was like, and then now with what we get to do with the hypnosis, I totally feel like Doctor Who. I try to get people to go into the TARDIS. I'm like, come on, is there going to be a TARDIS over there? But yeah, man, I love it. I don't know if you know what we do, but we do hypnosis journeys, and we travel all over the universe and stuff. So you can go back and meet your loved ones and hang out with them, meet aliens, be on spaceships. Like we do the most, and we deal with all kinds of benevolent beings, and it's really fascinating. But I wanted to ask you, when you said you were meditating, did you go on journeys when you meditated?
No,
Or what did you see things, or what was your experience like that like woke you up, or what happened?
I've never seen anything. I pretty much thought meditation was just like calming yourself down. I didn't realize you could like go places, and I've not gone anywhere. The only thing that happened was I get this pressure here, and I really liked it. It felt like massaging my brain, which it's like if you don't know you're itchy and then you scratch and you're like, oh my God, that's amazing. So I get that every time I meditate, but I also get it like randomly for no reason. Sometimes if I'm listening to something and it'll just go off and I'll be like, okay, well, obviously that person is like telling the truth. I've asked questions before, not very many, but some. Like one time I was worried that I was pregnant and I asked, I was like, oh my God, am I pregnant? Am I pregnant? And I would say like, pressure for if I am, or pressure for if I am, or nothing for if I'm not. And I would do it like backwards and stuff like that. It told me I wasn't, and it turned out I wasn't. So that's kind of like, I don't really know what it means, but it happened. And that's it. Sometimes when I've met, it feels like my body is like falling slowly like this. But then when I open my eyes, I'm just straight. When I fall to the side, I can like put it back and then it'll just feel like it's falling to the side again. But then I open my eyes and I'm sitting up straight. But it when I first did it and I fell over, it was my whole torso. But when I did it a few weeks ago, it was just like my neck area.
Yeah.
You know, when I used to meditate, it used to freak me out and make me nervous because my legs would be like this. And then all of a sudden, like, okay, so say I'm sitting like this, I start lifting backwards a little bit and my body starts to lift. Like, I don't know if I kept doing it, if I would eventually lift off the fucking ground. Like, oh, let me touch my mouth because I know you got kiddos. But you know what I mean? Like I would levitate and then yeah, and we're recording. See, I get so comfortable I forget.
See, but something I tried to help her with through the Discord was some of the meditation that I use, because I'm getting really close to being able to do it on demand. And if there's anybody out there that can help her, because she has a medical condition, so she has to watch her breathing because of epilepsy. And so that her breathing exercises really aren't an option. So she has to do this all straight. She can't get the DMT cheat like the rest of us. So if there's somebody that knows an advanced meditation technique that they could help her with, I'm asking as a friend of the community to get a hold of one of us, because this is a woman that is starting to ascend, that is understanding of the metaphysical universe and deserves to have an astral experience safely. So if there's anybody that knows about this beyond me, get a hold of one of us.
I mean,
yeah, if they have like similar experiences, or you know, worst case scenario, we can the next time we have a session, we could just ask.
Yeah, I notice when I am meditating, I don't stop breathing, but I breathe really, really slowly. So I would not be able to do the like really fast breathing. That would just be like a panic attack type for me. But
you know, when I do my hypnosis, we do deep breath in and deep breath out slowly. If you do one, like take like one full deep breath in, hold it for a second, and then exhale. They call that 1-1-1. So you take a deep breath in hold it for a second, and then blow out for a second. But you can do it slowly because you want to get into the theta brainwave. And the theta brainwave is like when you're just focusing on your breath and you're just slowly relaxing. And yeah, I've gotten so used to doing it that I start to put myself to sleep when I'm putting my people under hypnosis. I start to like really get into it. And I'm like, whoa, yeah, I didn't realize I could do that. But so what were some of the crazy experiences? Let's get to the juicy, because I know you got some good pictures. And so the people who get to see this will get to see the pictures. But for the radio, when we air this on the radio, they won't get to see the pictures, but they'll get to see it on the YouTube channel and whatnot. So would you like to say like what was the next stage for you when you started having some like, you know, experiences, like what's happening?
Yeah, so at first I was excited because my children pointed out a rainbow in the sky. It was a circle, and so I was like, wow, that's weird. So I started taking pictures of it, joking that it was like a portal, because you know that's fun, right? And then I took a bunch of pictures, and there turned out to be a UAP in one of the photos. I took like 10 or 12 or something like that, and it only showed up in one. And so because I was just sitting there and I was like, click, 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 click. So for it to only show up in one as opposed to any of the other ones, it struck me as odd. And when I looked at it, it looks silver. It has shiny stuff on it. So I thought that was cool. I don't think I completely internally accepted what that meant, but I kept going with meditation and those sorts of things. I'm not sure when it first started, but it's weird because my children also have nightmares. There was a video with Raynetta. She talked about the AI spiders. I listen to all Rob's podcasts with headset on, and when I make dinner, the children get out of the kitchen, so my nowhere near me, couldn't hear through my headset, but she had a nightmare that a giant spider attacked my face that night. So I was like, what the heck does that mean?
Oh my gosh, no way.
Yeah, they have nightmares where stuff like goes to attack them and they run away, or they're attacking me. My daughter just had one where my husband and I were dead, which, not so fun, but it is weird. And I find orbs in their room all the time. And I've done the clear stuff. We've done the intention, like get out, you're not welcome, those sorts of things. I put salt around the house, incense and all that stuff. And I can open up the camera every night and find some. I don't
can
know.
tell you a few things else you could try. You can ask for an angel to stand guard by the door. You can ask for an angel to stand guard by her bed. You can ask for whatever you want to ask. I was told to get rosemary oil and put it on the third eye, and olive oil on the crown, on top of the crown, for my baby, because the reptilians were trying to attach to her. And so they told me to do that to keep them from attaching. Don't ask me why. There's something powerful in the oil. And they also said, believe it or not, if you have the evil eye symbol, it actually does work and it does protect you. I forgot which session I was in that confirmed it, but they said the evil eye, it actually does work. And I was like, okay, I'm getting a tattoo right here. I'm getting tattooed on my third eye. But no, you could do that. I would also shield and protect, do bubbles of love around your babies, around their room, around their electronics, if they have TVs in the rooms or whatever. It's always good to shield and protect with bubbles of love. That is very, very powerful. It sounds like there could be, do they have a closet in their room?
Yeah, it's filled with like kids' clothes and stuff, but it's behind
portals. Remember the movie Monsters? You can ask the angels, you can ask an angel to stand guard in the closet. I would put protection everywhere, because they're coming for the children. They're coming for the children. They're coming for our animals. They're because it's endgame. And so, we have to protect them. But yeah, I would start, I could send you some protection stuff that I use to help some people, and it works for them. And if they don't use this protection, they're in the mental hospital. And I'm not joking. And so I would try to short story, bubbles of love. You don't even have to get like the whole shebang. Just set your intention, protect them in a bubble of love, safe and protected and invisible to harm. I don't know if Don's been doing his shielding every day, but he should be.
Well, yeah, especially after what they did to my dog. Yeah, they had my dog bite me.
Oh, I have a scar from the same kind of thing.
So, for no apparent reason, he went after our younger puppy, and I went to break it up, and he bit my hand, and now he has to live outside. Well, he lives in the garage, but I shouldn't have used my bare hands to break up a dog fight, but he also shouldn't have bit a human. So it was one of those things. And you know how it is in Canada. If you report it,
Yep.
Dog gone.
Yep.
So he just lives outside now.
Yeah, my dog did it a couple times, and it wasn't like a bite, but it was like a puncture kind of thing. Yeah. And we had to put him down when my first son was born, because we and they're like, there's like really nothing we can do. Like, we could take him and try and train him, but he doesn't sound like he's gonna be up for that, and we couldn't just give him to nobody. I've had him his whole entire life. So
Yeah.
What kind of dog was it?
it was Shiba Inu,
A what?
a Shiba Inu, and I named him Loki.
What's that? What's this? What kind of dog is that? Is it a big dog?
Do you know what a Nikita is?
Nikita. Do they kind of look like huskies?
Yeah, they kind of look like huskies, but they're short, and their
Oh,
tail,
okay.
the circle thing on it.
Okay.
They look also similar to a fox.
Okay.
Oh, I
Yeah.
might have seen one the other day. I rescued one running around the street. I was like, whose dog is this?
Yeah.
And she jumped in my truck. I'm like, all right, come on, lady's like, that dog is filthy. I'm like, oh.
Speaking of dogs,
Oh,
but
yes, that's what he heard.
yeah,
Bucky. Is that Bucky?
yeah. Well,
That's
yeah,
cute.
because Bitey McGee's outside. Hey, shh.
So it sounds like there's some stuff going on in the astral. There
Yeah, but
sounds like there's some serious stuff going on in your house. I would,
that's not the half of it, unfortunately.
oh no, keep going. Don't let me stop you.
So, around the end of February, because it was my daughter's birthday, we noticed like a smudge on the TV, and we kind of didn't pay attention to it. We didn't realize how big it was. And I was sitting on the floor, and my daughter went, "Hey, that kind of looks like you." And so I looked at the smear, and it's like a profile of a face, and it has like wings on its head. It's staring, and at the end of what it's staring at is like a circle. Sorry, so it's like this big, but it's oval, which I heard was also like a picture of a uh, portal. But on the far side, so there's the face, and then he's looking at the portal. This is hard for me. I'm backwards. And then on the other side was this weird geometric kind of shape with also some like, I don't know what to call them. They're like swoops or something. You could pull up the picture. I did a collab there where I put all the pictures together. Since it was on the TV, it was hard to take pictures, so I had to take a bunch of them. I also have a video where two orbs show up in 1 second.
Yeah.
This is the one where people make fun of me.
No, and you know what? Anybody that does that needs to check themselves because this isn't the community for that kind of behavior. I'm sorry. I just don't agree with it at all. It's ignorant. There's no need for it. We're
Well,
all here to tell our truth.
yeah. I thought they'd be the people who are the most excited about it,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Um, which picture are you looking for?
So that's it.
That one?
Yeah. There might be another one. There's probably another one that has like the picture of the like geometric smear part on it. I think there's two of those. Yeah. So that stuff. Even if I could draw on the TV there without creating ends like that other smudge, I would not be able to do that. There is one where there's like a line out of it. That's because I touched it. See if it would go away. So that's the face that appeared on the TV where people just think I'm crazy.
Oh, I see it.
But then, yeah, I took it in a couple different ways, so you could see like what it's made out of. Yeah, so yeah, that one. Like, I don't know how I would get that on top or under without all the smear.
Oh,
Like,
go back up. That was really clear, that top one.
yeah.
Yeah, right there.
And
Yeah.
it's even stuff. Since there's a line at the head there, that line is straight and it goes to looking at the circle thing there on the bottom right. Like straight from the head. And then yeah, that's the the circle at the end of where he's looking at. If you look at the middle one, you can see mostly the whole TV. I think there's another picture that shows the other lines.
Ooh.
Yeah, those are the lines. And you can see on the bottom picture, there's an orb right there that I didn't realize till later.
Oh.
Yeah, it's right at the bottom. The other balls are like, I put Christmas ornaments on my ceiling.
Yeah. Did you want to go back to the one with the other orb picture with that your parents took? Because
Oh, the red one.
yeah, you were talking about orbs, and that one was just really cool. There it
Yeah.
is.
I don't know. I feel like it looks like a troll or an ogre or something. Mostly a troll, I feel like, because like it looks like it has hair like the cartoon trolls, but it also kind of looks like it was somewhere and then smeared down in the light, because you can kind of see the dark circles at the top of it. And since it
Yeah.
was the long exposure camera, it might have just been like that. It's moving.
Maya, you said it looked like Jack Skeleton. Yeah, Skellington. No.
Kinda, yeah. I like that movie. But like I don't see anything that could reflect the light in such a perfect set of circles. And then
Yeah.
like a weird smile. It's I don't know what else it could be. I wouldn't even know how to create that. And my parents
No,
certainly don't.
that's wild.
Never seen a face in anything before like that. Other than my TV now, I guess. Like that thing is crazy, and I don't know. So far, all I've heard is ridicule about it. I haven't heard of any other people experiencing something like that. I just kind of didn't, I don't know, want to tell people, I suppose.
Well, no, it's fascinating because I've never seen like a glowing pumpkin head. That's what it looks to me, is like a jack-o'-lantern face.
Yeah.
Like that's just awesome.
Well, people want to say it's like a reflection of something, or uh, mostly I don't know what that could be a reflection of. I know for certain they don't have that, but even if they did, what would it be? Like, how could I recreate that? And I am stumped on how that could be recreated.
Yeah, I don't know. Maya, do you have anything on it? Your mic's on. Off.
Sharing. I gotta stop sharing. Sorry.
Yeah.
Here, I'll go back. Yeah, that okay. I'm not sure what that meant. Let me go back to the screen. Yeah, it looked like an orb that was moving, and it was like very present and watching.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like. It looked like something was there and is watching. And the freaky thing about it is, if you look underneath it, the shadow behind it almost looks like a person's body standing there, and it looks like a floating head, like the little red dot
Yeah.
below it.
Yeah.
And then the black shadow, it looks almost like somebody's body. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's freaky. So, okay, so let's see. Let's talk about this. Oh, this is what you saw in the sky, like a glimpse
Yeah.
of
So
a rainbow.
yeah, my kids were like, look at the rainbow, look at the rainbow. So I looked at it and it was a circle. So I was like, oh, that's cool. Maybe it's a portal. I'll just take some pictures. Even if it's not a portal, it looks cool. When was the last time you saw a circle rainbow in the sky? And I probably,
Mhm.
yeah, like 10, 12 maybe more pictures all in a row. And that one picture in the middle turned up that, which looks like a UFO to me. And it's right next to the rainbow and came only in one picture.
Oh, wow. Well, you know what I think is fascinating is all the freaking chemtrails that I'm looking at. Holy shit. How many
Yay.
planes
Welcome to
have they got
Canada.
moving around?
So many. We're near an airplane
That
place.
Yeah.
That is tragic right there. That should be criminal. Why is that okay? Tell me why and how that is freaking okay. I don't even get it. I don't even get how that's okay. I
No.
don't get how they just poison our food. I don't get it. It's all just aggravating. But yeah, I see the beautiful rainbow amongst all that chemtrail, and they're trying to hide the UFO, of course, you know.
You zoom in on it.
Let's see. Is it a weather balloon? It's got a strange shape. It's
Yeah,
almost like
I can see it.
Mhm. It's almost like there's a few parts to it, like wings, a front, a small back.
Yeah.
It looked to me like a solid object that is reflecting the sun.
Oh, there
Yeah.
it is right there. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, something. I see
Huh.
it.
That is
That's
just wild.
crazy. Okay. And the markings are interesting too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to describe this one, what you took here?
Okay, so the top left for me is my mom's scar. She got a vaccination and then she got scarred by it. And I am her firstborn, and I was born with this birthmark that's the same shape and size as her scar. And then I have two scars under for I had snake bite piercings. And my son, firstborn son, was born with two freckles under his lip, where right next to pretty much my snake bite tattoos. Which you know, said it makes me believe in generational trauma from emotional things. Because
Mhm.
if a physical scar can be carried through DNA to a child, then why couldn't emotional trauma?
And think about how many like markings that family have that are like, oh, we all have this marking in the family, you know, we all have this and it makes you wonder also what all these markings come from. Are they all passed down from like ancestors? All of our beauty marks and all these marks that we have, like it all gets very interesting. I was told that the markings that we have on our body, our beauty marks and stuff like that, are from places that we have died in the past. But then I've also heard so are your tattoos. So I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But this right here clearly shows there's something going on, because the snake bites is what did it for me, and the
Yeah.
back part. But the snake bites is like, whoa, hold on, you got my attention for
It-
sure.
They're very
Yeah.
it's like, you know, even the one on my arm, like it's not a perfect circle. It's all jagged like hers is. So it leads more credence to that with my son having the snake bite ones. If my scar DNA can transfer to his DNA, then traits like alcoholism, those also go through DNA. So, and alcoholism is usually like it's like a brain thing, right? It's where you would have emotions and stuff. So if that can transfer, then I'm pretty sure however long our ancestors lived also had trauma.
Yep.
Right. Well, my
My pre-
dad my dad did coke apparently, and everyone thinks that I have a cokehead personality, they say. I don't know what the hell that means, but I guess.
But I hope I don't have that kind of, you know what, even if I did, whatever, it's fun.
I don't know what that means. I'm like, what does that mean? I don't
Yeah.
even know. But that's interesting. That's interesting. Let's see. You have more pictures, right? Let's see.
Yeah.
We'll go to that one in a second. So this one here, what do we have here?
Okay, so these are interesting. So these are bruises that just appeared out of nowhere. The first set, that's the first two pictures there. I don't normally drink. I've drank like a glass or two of wine maybe every couple months. I had 2 glasses of wine that night, and then a couple hours later, I had, I'm sober up by then, right? I was watching shows for an hour or so. I smoke to go to bed because I can't sleep. I have insomnia. I'll stay up forever.
Yeah,
And
I feel bad.
I ended up meditating too, that because I thought, why not try? I've been trying for a while. And so I woke up the next day with those 2 bruises on my hands, which, it's very invasive feeling. And what struck me was that they were both at 2 different stages of, one was darker than the other. And I went to school. Sorry. I went to school for makeup for film and television, and they taught us how to do all these kinds of things. So we have to research the different stages of healing in order to apply it properly. Now, that was how I graduated in 2012 of that, so it's been a really long time since then. So the next time I had 1 glass of wine, and I hadn't even gone to bed yet, and I noticed that one on my hand. And it was this shape of, it looks like a C to me. And that one happened before I even went to bed. I just didn't have it. Then I noticed a little bit later that I did have it. And none of them hurt. None of them hurt at all. The last one there was the same thing. I had drank, and then I noticed the bruise before I even went to bed. The last time I drank was wine spritzer, and nothing happened. But the 3 previous times was just a bottle of wine.
Wow, very interesting.
Yeah, and I went like while in between because it's like, well, am I really to drink again because I keep getting abducted or something? And I asked people on Rob's like their guests or whatever. Someone told me that I had been taken and failed a mission, and so the people that sent me on the mission, they tortured me, and then the people that was against the mission, so whoever caught me or whatever, they tortured me. And it made sense because there's 2 different healing stages. Someone later said it was vitamins, but they weren't in my actual vein. And the pictures that I shared also, Christy gave me a 9-page reading that she had saying that I was in the Monarch program, and somebody else said it too. But I don't see anything. I don't have any memories. So just waking up with bruises and stuff like that is kind of like, what? Well, I can't deny it, but I don't know what it is. So I'm stuck in this weird limbo. At least if I had bad memories or something. But even then, I don't know. I don't dream. I only ever have nightmares. And few and far between. Like, I have very little memories of my childhood. I chalked it up to just my epilepsy and my medication. But stuff with childhood is a little hard because I don't remember a lot of stuff. People will be, oh, do you remember when we did? I'll be like, sorry, no.
Right? Oh my God, don't feel bad. I'm the same way. My memory's been wiped. I'm wondering if you've been on like a 5 and back or 20 and back or anything like that. When you hear the SSP stories, how did those feel to you? Do they resonate? Do they feel like crazy, or do you wonder sometimes, like, could that be my story? Is this what, because like I know Don went to sleep and woke up with bruises and he felt like he went through a blender. So
Yeah,
right.
yeah, that's actually what I was gonna ask her is like, well, and I just had an interview with Frank Castle for the roundtable, and he was explaining like it doesn't take a second. Like if you think of time like a carousel on a projector, they can literally just slot you out of time, do whatever they have to do with that single frame of time, and then just put your ass back.
Yep.
Right? You could be gone. They just pull that frame of time out. It's called a time frame for a reason. They pull
Right.
that frame of time right out of the circulation of existence. You do what you have to do, and then they put you back.
Yeah. Well, after the first time, I look at my hands constantly during the day. Like, I know I didn't hurt myself. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I do homeschool. I see my hands all the time. So for me to hurt myself and not notice is, for me, out of the question. But I
Yeah.
do.
Do you daydream at home? Do you catch yourself daydreaming?
Hold on.
She seems like she could be a daydreamer.
Yeah.
I wonder, because you know, if you daydream, all it takes is a second for you to daydream, and they can take you just like
Oh,
that
yeah.
as well.
They do it to me every time I drive.
Right? Oh my gosh. You got to set your intention. You got to be like, not right now, man. Not right now.
I don't daydream. I'm mostly just I kind of just think about regular stuff. I listen to a lot of stuff, so I'm not like going in my own world. I'll listen to the news, I'll listen to the podcasts, I'll be teaching the kids stuff. Like, I don't really have a lot of time where I sit and wonder about stuff unless it's like, do I have to prepare for this emergency, or what happens if I fall down right now type of thing.
Yeah.
I see. Well, it's very interesting. I would ask a few people the next time Rob has Kendra. Have you asked Kendria when she does her readings?
I'm not sure.
I would ask Kendria. I would also ask Matthew and Ra Castaldo. They're really good at tuning in. And I think, have you ever got a reading from Lotus, Shaman Lotus?
I'm not sure. I've got a bunch.
Yeah, these people, I think these people are they're pretty right on. They're pretty like tuned in to like to things.
The one woman that told me that I had been tortured those 2 times, when she started tapping into my stuff, she like gagged. She almost vomited, and she said I was and Kruger, I think it was. They
What?
like own me. Apparently I'm owned by Kruger. Yeah, so I don't know.
Kruger?
It's
Freddy Krueger?
no. Kruger is a covert military organization run black bag in the U.S.
Oh, so they're using you as like not a spy, but
kind of.
Yeah. So yeah.
I don't selection. I don't.
You know who's also good? Diamond Heart, Aurora. She's good too. I listened to a lot of people, and I've asked a lot of people, and they're the ones that have I like to say they're good. They're good. I don't know anyone else because I did ask for a couple of readings, but I haven't gone back to see what they said. Because I can't find them. I'm like, shoot, who was that person that was on? So I have no idea. I have to binge watch one day and see if I find it. But I don't know about you, Dawn, but I would say if you are looking for like instant information, they're really good at
Yeah.
pulling up some stuff, I would say.
I do
Yeah,
have that I shared to the Christy Campbell. She gave me the reading and she gave me 9 pages of stuff.
Yes, let's look at that. Let's see. Where is that? Okay.
yeah. Oh, she is brilliant. Like, she did a reading for me as well, and it was insane.
Yeah, where's yours at? Where's your cards?
I don't have the cards, but she pulled my cards on my video on that round table after dark I did.
Oh,
Yeah, it's in that video.
I
Yeah.
asked her if she's gonna for her to do one for me. I don't know. Do you have to make an appointment with her or what? How does this work?
On Facebook Messenger. She's on my
Yeah,
Facebook.
I've asked her before. She said she would do one, but I don't know if I have to like give her more information or what. I know she's busy, so I ain't
Well,
gonna.
no, she's got everything situated at home now, and she actually just started doing it, and she's offering it as a pay service to kind of help with some of her son's medical bills.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
okay.
I think that's what she was saying. Well, help with her bills anyway, but I know her son's on some medication, and she could probably use the help. So,
Okay. Well, there you go. See. So let's see. Have you gone over all of these? Do you want to talk about it and how it resonates?
well, for
The
me,
first one?
it resonates around me, but I have nothing to say anything about it because
Right.
I memories of anything. I'd like to have memories. I try to like do astral projection and stuff, and when I'm meditating, I try to like look for stuff. Nothing really happens other than the pressure in my forehead, which some people think is bad anyway, but I think it's good.
Okay, so super soldier, Mars, Jupiter, Moon. Dawn, do you think that Jupiter could be involved and connected to SSP programs?
I wouldn't be surprised because, like, under hypnosis, I've seen like the crystal cities and stuff, and there's programs there as well. So it
There
wouldn't surprise
is
me. Yeah,
programs?
yeah.
What do you mean, like programs?
Like SSP, that's where I was before I was on Earth.
Oh,
Basically, any readings I get, I kind of just pick out the common denominator. Like I don't have a lot of the like abilities that everybody has on Rob's podcast where they just know stuff. I just have stuff happen and sit here going, why?
when
Yeah,
you get angry, what does that look like for you?
Well, I try my best not to be angry. I used to be I used to be super angry, like you could just like kind of when I was younger. Yeah, I was angry sometimes. Usually at people that when you have that lady boss attitude and people try to step on it, it was kind of like that. Like I didn't take any shit because I was mostly by myself and I've always been an outcast, so I pretty much pay attention to myself. But one day I didn't like it. I just decided I don't want to lie and I don't want to get this mad anymore. So I did get a tattoo. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. It's backwards, I think. Maybe. I don't know. Well, it's on my forearm. It says live, laugh, love. And then I have the like ohm on my wrist. You can see it.
Nice.
Yeah. And then it's funny because I try to lie and I'll laugh. Like it'll be something stupid like they did who farted or something. And I can't even lie with that. I'll just laugh. Which I appreciate. It makes it a little bit, more calm. So
Nice. Okay,
um,
okay.
you had a couple of videos as well of orbs and stuff in your kids' room. When did
yeah.
you really noticing that to like picking up with the orbs in your house?
Um I never really used to look at it a lot. It was usually during the day. Sometimes we would look for a few minutes to see if they're sleeping or not. But when I started like paying attention more to like what orbs would mean, it was because of Rob's show and all of those guests there. And so I could find it every night, so I just don't look. Because someone said the orbs are bad because anything that comes into your house that you don't want to be there is intruding. But I also can't do anything more than what I am doing as far as I know. Like I'll do something similar to the bubble Maya suggested, and I'll like it's kind of like not like a prayer, but like a ritual 3 times when I'm laying in my bed. I'll just ask that we're all connected, we're all alive, we're all together, safe, healthy, happy, in that order, generally.
Yes.
But like
Yes.
I feel like sometimes it's not working because I go like I'll think to myself like, oh, I hope this
Southwestern Intergovernmental Committee, and it's amazing to see one of the participants
usually listening when I do screen recordings, and I forget that
How funny.
But no, you can
So
see
what
the
happened in the room here?
So in this
Southwestern Intergovernmental Committee, and it's amazing to see one of the participants.
The orbs.
Yeah, so I think that one was the most recent one. Not sure. The last one I sent is the orb where it zigzags.
Yeah.
Huh.
That was that one.
Okay. The other video with the TV was just like 2 or 3 seconds, but in 1 second you see 2 orbs going towards the TV.
Do you write symbols like these here that she mentioned?
No. I don't do anything with any sort of other language. At least that I know of. I don't think so. No, I don't just write either. Like I don't like making lists and writing stuff down. I don't even like drawing. So I'm really not doing anything to even write those things.
Oh, well, you know, there's a thing that you can do when if you're in your house at night. My friend, we did this in his basement. If you turn off all the lights and you videotape and record for a while like you were in the dark, and then you play it back, you will see all kinds of stuff with your phone. I did this 8 years ago on a cell phone. And so yeah, you'll see little orbs or whatever, I think those are just ghosts. I think the little orbs are just maybe ghosts, where the bigger orbs are different. Like I was told if you see like colored orbs, they're like ancestors and people around you trying to connect with you. If you see like red orbs, oh wait, I think red orbs was bad. I'm gonna have to go back and find that video. Yeah, I think, but I don't know. I don't know. That face was freaky. That's all I'm saying. That
like
right there was the most you had. Like those other ones could be like, nah, okay, yeah, But when you threw that the red face in there, and then the snake bites, I'm like, okay, you need to keep taking pictures and because these things are always around us and we just don't pay attention to them. I personally don't want to see anything, so I'm trying not to see things, but I'll be looking over my shoulder. Look, it's pitch black out here at night, and I don't have very far to walk from my shisha to my house, but sometimes my ego will try to mess with me and be like, it's spooky out here. And I'm like, no, my house is safe and protected. And I run in the house. I'm like, but I've had 2 people sleep at my house and tell me that they felt something was coming for them. And I was like, what did you bring here? I was like,
well, the last happened was pretty scary, so I haven't really started meditating again. I was I was laying in my bed. I was laying in my bed and my son was having a nap. So I was like right beside him. And my eyes were closed because I was thinking, maybe I had like sparked an idea that face was Hermes because of some Call of Duty character I saw. And so I was like, okay, I'll meditate after this and I'll ask or whatever. But my brain was just too like this, then this, then this, then this. But while that was happening, I felt like pressure pushed down on the bed beside my leg. And it was so strong. Like I sat up. I thought it was my kid going to come in and wreck his nap. And I saw nothing. And I was like, okay, well, that was weird. And then I closed my eyes and it happened right as I closed my eyes again. So I was like, okay, well, now what? There's nothing there, but it's physically interacting with me this close to my leg while I'm in my bed. Bed is supposed to be, you're like, put under the covers, I'm safe. And now I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't want that to happen again. And all this crazy stuff happens after I try to meditate. So it's like, why? But I don't want it to be like stopping me because it's scary. But at the same time, I'm like, what's gonna happen next? Because someone almost touched me. And I wasn't meditating at that point.
They tell me if you do not shield and protect yourself before meditation, you will get attacked. You have to shield and protect yourself every day, dawn and dusk. And if you forget, shield before you meditate. But it's crucial because there's so many things around us, and all you have to do is really blink. Think about it, really. If we really, really thought about it, why is it, what is it about blinking? They can take you with a blink of an eye. All you have to do is close your eyes for a split second, and that's all it takes.
You know what's funny about that is my seizures. I have tonic-clonic grand mal. You fall on the floor and you convulse. I have those, and I have no warning. So for me, I'll blink and I'll wake up and somebody's in my face going, oh, you had a seizure, are you okay, da, da, da. And 20 minutes has gone by, if not more, just because the seizure was a couple minutes, and then I pass out right away, like fall asleep right away. And they tell me I've been talking to them. It's a blink for me, but it's been 20 minutes for them, and I talking to them.
Oh shit.
Yeah, who are they talking to? They should, when this happens, they should ask you, you should have a list of specific questions, and you should say, ask me these specific questions. This will, don't tell them what to say. It'll help me come back, right? But see what answer they get every time. Is it a different voice that comes out? I'm Lucy.
Like sometimes I'll remember my family members, or I'll forget, like usually, I don't know. I don't want any more seizures though. So it's been a couple of years since I've had any, which I appreciate. But joke, before all this stuff, I used to joke that, oh, maybe they're turning me off and giving me somebody else. And so now it's like, oh, well, maybe I was not joking.
Wow. It's, that's too bad that that you have to, I'm pretty sure like probably hypnosis would be okay, but I don't know if how that would be. But yeah, even though I'm trying to like slow down with them, I always find people, I'm like, man, you could be a good candidate. But yeah, I'm going to start doing some guided meditations where people can practice tapping in and tuning in so you can get answers, because like there's some stuff that is happening, and how are you supposed to get the answers? So you can go to all these psychics and all these other people, but for you to get the answers yourself, like for you to know, it's different. It's different when you get the information versus someone giving it to you. So yeah,
I just want to say, like, if she thought it was safe, the most interesting part about the hypnosis sessions, like not the Cosmic Crusaders or anything, but like the straight up hypnosis sessions, is at some point you start listening to yourself explain things to you. right? You're there, you're conscious of hearing yourself speak. And it's literally you explaining it from your subconscious to your ego. And it's an absolutely fascinating experience. And I hope you would consider it. And if it's safe, you should. But I do not want you to put yourself at risk at all either, because I know you got kids and you need to be safe, and we don't want to fuck nothing up. But
I also
But
like
all it is meditation. It's guided meditation, and you're talking and you're breathing normal. I don't think your breathing is any different. Dawn, is your breathing? Your breathing's not any different, is it?
I don't think so. If anything, it's slower.
Yeah, but you
Like
should watch some of the videos for yourself and see. Like we've done videos with Rob too, group session.
I watched one to a place
Oh,
when he knew people that like you guys were there at the same time he was there, I believe.
Oh, you watched it?
Yeah, seen a bunch of your stuff, but that was the first time I saw a live one. That was cool.
Wasn't that kind of cool? It was crazy, right?
I always wonder though, because I heard like if you don't believe in meditation or in hypnosis, it won't work. And so I'm not sure if it would work because I'm still so.
Well, when I got into hypnosis, I had been watching the other type of hypnosis, and I used to say no one can hypnotize me. And like I would be that one person in a group of people that is not hypnotized and everybody else is jumping around like monkeys. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna let that happen to me. And so I was always against it. But then it wasn't until I found Dolores Cannon. Well, actually, I take that back. Before Dolores Cannon, I had already found Edgar Cayce, and he had already struck my interest. And so I was like, oh, you mean to tell me you can get all the answers that you want by falling asleep? Because they called him the sleeping prophet. And so I was like, I got to do that. And then in one of my hypnosis sessions, they said that there was a message for me that I needed to study his work. They were like, you need to go back and study his work. And I was like, interesting, because before I even started this, I found the thrift store always gives it to me. I found 2 of Edgar Cayce's books, and my dumb butt didn't even read them. And then somebody came over and was like, oh, can I borrow that book? And now I don't even know who it was. So I have to go back and buy them all over again. But he warned me. He was like, I gave you the books and you didn't read it. But I was like, you know what I mean? But then I found Dolores Cannon, and she does UFO stuff. And I was like, hello, can you help me out here? So that's why I got into it, because I wanted to know, was I abducted by aliens? And sure enough, I was. And then now I'm helping other people remember their remember their memories. Like Dawn, who was already woken up, who woke up one day like, where am I? Somebody unplugged me. And, now he's like amongst the living.
I hope if it does come back to you, it's a lot more gentle than what I got, Jessica, because that was a kick in the head with golf shoes. Like 9 nights in a row, just nightmare, 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 nightmare. What the fuck is going on in my head? Right?
No way.
Something invisible. Yeah. It's like you didn't see it, but you knew it was chasing you, and you had to run. Always in places I never recognized before.
Yeah.
In your dreams, like in your nightmares?
Yeah, because that's basically all I have.
Right.
Even I had where I was like flying over Greenland or Iceland, whichever one is the most green in the hills, and just a couple like mountains with the water and stuff. I was like doing that. And then I thought to myself, oh my God, how am I going to stop? And and I woke up because I thought like, "Ooh, this is fun. I'm just going with it." And then I was like, "How do I stop? I'm just gonna crash."
So you were lucid dreaming. I just listened to somebody. I don't know who was interviewing who, but they were talking about lucid dreaming. And I was like, I've been lucid dreaming since I was a kid. I had a reoccurring dream. I had a dream that I had as a kid learning how to fly, and I couldn't figure it out back then. And I had it like 30 years later. And I said, I remember this dream. I know how to fly now. And sure enough, I took off and I was flying. And then I started having these dreams of me flying. And I'm like, whoa. But they said lucid dreaming, once you're lucid, if you start looking around, you can take off. And I lucid dream a lot. But when I lucid dream, I try to hold on because I love where I'm at. I'm like, oh, this is back in California. I don't know where I'm at. But then I always end up like heading to like a train station. Like I'm getting back on a train, like I'm getting right before I wake up. I'm always headed to the train. Like I gotta hurry up. I have to hurry up and get to the train station, and then I wake up. And it's like so weird. It's like, what is happening? So I need someone to put me under. So I find out.
I came home from school and I had a nap. That's when that happened. But my husband, he could lucid dream. He doesn't do it very often, and he's had some reoccurring dreams as well, but he doesn't share a lot of them.
Yeah.
I just know I do not. And when I can be from this and then behind me, and I'll kind of like switch. Like I could be looking at what's happening in the dream from my perspective, and then sometimes I'll switch to be up here, and then I'm watching myself as myself is doing things.
Next time you get into that meditative state you were talking about earlier, where you can like almost fall over or go back, just gently ask yourself what happens if you stand up.
Okay.
Because I've done it, and it's one way to come out of body very gently and very easy.
One of my legs.
What was that?
Stand up. One of my legs always falls asleep. I can switch they are or not even cross them, but one will fall asleep.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to keep you any longer. I would love to have you on again, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot more we can, talk about, because this stuff is just crazy. But the veil is thinning, and so there's a lot more activity going on. You definitely got to keep that sage around, the palo, the scented candles, and put oils on your body for protection, because it is getting crazy. And when we sleep, they come for us, and they come for our children. So tell them to crawl into golden eggs. They say, if you imagine yourself crawling into a golden egg at night, you're safe and protected, And, like the Easter eggs, the little golden eggs, tell your kids, all right, crawl in your egg, and we'll close the egg. And you can imagine closing the egg for them and sealing them up and keeping them safe, because we really have to set our intentions strong. If our intentions are that powerful, that in our hypnosis sessions, that with our intentions alone, we can create these journeys. Think about what we don't see that's happening when we're doing it. And you know what I mean? Right now we're talking about these things. But so that's why I love, like in my sessions, I always say, I'm sending in love. I want to know what that feels, and can you sense it and feel it? Because I want people to describe what that's like tuning into your senses. So yeah, we're waking up. We're just now like figuring out, with me doing a lot of healing and other practitioners doing these healings, people are going to be waking up like they had just been disconnected, like something happened, because when we retrieve these reptilians, they're retrieving their consciousness from everybody. So they tell me all the time, there's going to be a lot of people waking up like they don't know what just happened to them. So maybe you guys were one of those people. You never know.
So I have some answers.
Yeah. Well, also next time, if we ever do, maybe we could do like a live journey with Rob, and we can have guests ask questions while we're on board. And if we're able to get answers for them, maybe we can.
Yeah.
So we'll put you on that list. That'd be great. But thank you for hanging out with us. This has been such a delight. And I look forward to, talking with you more and seeing you in the community. And we have to stand strong and put our swords up, not just one, we got to use two now. Ching ching, we got to fight them off. So thank you, Dawn, for bringing her. She is wonderful. Any last words, you guys? You guys have any last words?
I just want to thank you for coming on. I hope you have a very gentle awakening. I know you're chomping at the bit to get to the next level. I think you will really soon, and I hope it's a peaceful awakening.
Thank you. Thanks for
and not a rude awakening, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Is there any social media or any Facebook or any place you'd like people to connect with you if they're interested in connecting?
I just have that Discord or my YouTube. It's fine.
Okay. Do you want to tell people what your name is, or how do they find you on?
Yeah, it's just Shiba Winu. The Winu part has eyes like the Nintendo Wii.
Okay, and we'll put all that in the description, so everything will be there. Well, thank you so much for joining us. This has been such a treat for us, and it'll be great for a Monday morning when they're drinking their coffee and tea, and they get to hear, that normal people are experiencing these things. And when your kids start telling you these crazy things, we have to pay attention to all this stuff, because I tell you, in the line of work that I'm in, I see it's all connected some way, shape, or form. So we'll try to see if we can put you on the list to getting some answers. We might have to start just making a list. and if we do it again, I'd like to help you get some answers, because that is crazy. That's all I can say. And that face is crazy. So yeah, that's going to be interesting to see what people think about it. And if anyone can tap into these pictures and pick anything up, put it in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts on it, and keep it positive, because we don't want none of that negative shit over here.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll say bye everybody. Thank you for watching.